Hello, friends, and welcome to the weekly moon update. My name is Allison. I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the moon energy for the week of October 30th through November 5th. I cannot believe I'm saying November. I know I say that every month, but like these months are just going by way too fast. So we've got a Halloween week, and I'm really getting the feeling that Spirit wants to play. So I think we can kind of decide, do you want to use this waning gibbous energy to play or to get things done? Let's jump into it. So these are my official eclipse hangover glasses now, but I'm going to take them off so I can see. All right, so we have a waning gibbous moon all week. We don't have our last quarter moon until next Sunday. So this means we're really close to the full moon. And normally that would mean that like we have a lot of light and a lot of energy. However, I think that depends on how you're feeling since the lunar eclipse. So, I mean, like the moon is still big and bright, but I think it depends on like what came up for you, how you're feeling, and what your personal energy cycle is having around this time. So that's why I think that we have two options. We can use this week to play, we can use that energy to play, or we can use that energy to wrap things up, tie up loose ends like we normally want to do around a last quarter moon. So, really early in the morning on Monday, we are moving into, or the moon starts to transition into Gemini, so that by late morning, we're in Gemini energy. I think this is really beautiful, fun energy for a Halloween week. So, Gemini season is right as we're transitioning into summertime. So it has this just like natural, playful, joyful energy to it. It's like school's about to be out. The weather is nice. There's no chance of having like the cold days that kind of sneak up on you in Taurus season. Um, so like Gemini is just like fun in the sun kind of energy, playful energy. And it also has, and because it's the sign of the twins, it has this duality to it. It knows that it can like get the job done and get the work done, but then it can play afterwards. It can be both of those things, and that's the beauty of what Gemini teaches us is that there's more than one side to everything. So this just sets this really playful tone for this week, and that's even going to be enhanced just because it's Halloween week. So if you go out with trick-or-treating with your families, like the kids are excited about staying up late or later than usual, especially on a school night. I even heard that I think some schools in my area are not open on Wednesday. They're, I don't know, taking a teacher work day or something. So that adds more like playfulness and excitement to like, oh my gosh, we don't have school tomorrow. But I really do feel like Halloween Day really does kind of bring out the playful side of all of us, even if you're an adult or if you're like a big kid like me. Um, it's just like the beginning of this week feels very fun and playful. So here the veil is thin and we have this opportunity to communicate with spirits. And I think a lot of times we talk about ancestors and people who have passed, humans who have passed, and the ability to connect to those and leaving offerings for them. But we can also connect to elementals and fairies and those playful like spirits And I do really feel like there is that connection. I know we usually talk about fairies at Beltane, but I think like they're still like they're always here. Like why do we only dedicate like one holiday to honoring the fairy and elementals? Like why can't that be just like a regular thing? So I think that's just one of our cards kind of relates to that energy too. So that there's this heightened elemental spirit energy happening this week. I think this is a really fun time, and to not put too much spooky emphasis on it. I mean, unless you like want that, I think there is a way to be friends with these spirits and not be scared or startled or putting this like negative context on it. Take a hint from Gemini that like we can be playful and dark and mysterious at the same time. We can be light and we can be dark. I don't know. That just sets the tone for this week. So we're gonna be in Gemini energy all day Monday and all day Tuesday because we don't start to transition until Wednesday. So November 1st at 8:36 a.m. and we kind of have a long transition. We're not moving into Cancer until 5:31 p.m. Wednesday evening. So after you've done your play, now it's time to take care of yourself. Cancer is loving and caring and nurturing. It is the sign that is in summer. And I see that as being the mother sign and its connection to water and that cleansing, calming, soothing aspect of the divine mother. The full moon in Taurus was like divine father energy. Now we can soften up a little bit and kind of, if anything was intense over the full moon, kind of look at things from a softer perspective, from that more feminine perspective, and that going inward and within and that introspection kind of energy. So that's like the last half of the work week, late Wednesday, Wednesday evening, and all day Thursday and Friday. At 11:27 p.m. Friday is when we move into Leo energy. I think this week is just going to end up being kind of like one of those weeks where not much gets done because there's this like playful energy and feeling like we can just do it next week or even wait until the next moon cycle. Because this just feels like one of those weeks where even if you tried to get things done, that not much is going to get done. You know what I'm saying? Saturday, technically, it's really late Friday evening. So technically, when we move into Leo, it's Saturday. So hopefully that will make for an even more playful and fun weekend. Leo likes to dress up and put on the costumes. Maybe this is when you're going to do your Halloween celebrations. I know a lot of people probably did it last weekend with the full moon, which I'm sure was even more wonderful and playful, but maybe some people are going to do some sort of festivity on the weekend. And this also is technically like Dia de los Muertos is, I want to say it's a week long. It might be like 5 days. I can't remember now. So I know that I think like the end of the celebration is on like the 4th or the 5th. You're kind of partying all week, making offerings all week, and each day has like a different offering that you do. Whatever you get into this week, hopefully you can make some time to play. We still have a lot of energy here, but the energy is decreasing. And I really do feel like that we feel the waning moon cycle more when we're in the waning season. So in the summertime, you may have had a lot of energy around this time of the moon cycle. But now here, as we're transitioning into fall, or we did transition into fall, there's just less energy. It's about like taking it easy, easing into winter, saving your energy, storing your energy for the winter. So elementally speaking, I didn't even talk about that. So we have air at the beginning of the week, and that is we talk about air being the mental wisdom, intellect, but specifically with Gemini, they like to express that. They like to communicate, and they're ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So this is really a social energy. This is like social air time to like just get out, have fun, just laugh with your friends. And then when we move into Cancer, hopefully some of us will be able to like take it easy with this water energy. Water energy is soothing and cleansing and healing and just gives you permission to just let everything go. And then we have Fire over the weekend. So this is again fun and playful energy. And while Gemini is about communication and expression, Leo is more about that like creative expression and self-expression. Okay, so our cards for this week. Okay, so I chose 2 cards one from the Halloween Oracle and one from the Season of the Witch Samhain Oracle plus our chakra card. So I really felt like this was interesting because when I was sitting down and reading the full moon eclipse over the weekend, I thought it was interesting this paragraph here that I have about I cannot stress about protection this time of year. And then we get the protection card for our card of the week. But I really think that there is this need for not just putting up boundaries and protections, but for restructuring whatever boundaries or protections you've had before. Because I really do think that when we're putting up all these walls and putting up all these like barriers, it is preventing us from receiving, especially intuitively. And as I've been working on connecting and understanding my intuition and my psychic gifts, I'm noticing like I put up way too many walls. And I think that was just like my younger self feeling so scared and not knowing what to do and having nobody around that understood how sensitive I was and that like the things that I was experiencing were real. So I'm just kind of now learning to kind of restructure how I'm putting up boundaries, how I'm protecting myself, as well as trusting that I am capable of like transmuting anything negative that I may encounter, like trusting, and that's part of connecting to my power and my feeling empowered. The more I feel empowered, the more I feel like I'm not scared of everything anymore. Um, but this is just like a learning process and just something I'd like to throw out there. Like, I think with the popularity of spirituality and witchcraft in general, I think it leads people to kind of do things willy-nilly without even thinking about it. And that's when you might be getting into trouble with like opening up to things that you might not want to be open to, or just feeling overwhelmed by giving all of this energy permission to come into your energetic field. And I think it's a conversation worth having because of the popularity of witchcraft right now. And like you want to treat things with respect. Like spirit is something that should be respected. Our ancestors are something that should be respected. And the elementals and the spirit and the fairy needs to be respected. Everybody needs respected, just like you personally need to be respected. So to just like, I don't know, just at the same time as we're talking about playing and having fun, there does need to be this level of respect with when you're working with spirit and when you're working with the unknown. But anyways, let's read what our message is. So, oh Jack, let me carve my protection. Shine your fire outwards, evil rejection and reflection. Halloween would not be the same without carving of pumpkins into scary jack-o'-lanterns, glowing menacingly from porches, dinner tables, and porches everywhere. That seems glowing menacingly from porches, dinner tables, and porches everywhere. I think that was a typo or something. Jacks actually have a rich history and a spiritual bent. The original term for jack-o'-lantern was a will-o'-the-wisp, an old British term. The will-o'-the-wisp was a small bundle of sticks used as a flame or torch. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. The Celts and the Irish and those in the Scottish Highlands all carved winter vegetables, not just pumpkins, but also parsnips, carrots, or beets. The time around Samhain was, of course, when the Fae and the goblins were said to be roaming wild, and so the lanterns were intended to be both scary, scaring off the undesirable, and to light the way in the dark. Today, carving pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns has become an art in itself and a true icon of Halloween. Intricate designs, both scary and funny, can be found in almost every home that celebrates the holiday. Both electric lights and candles now illuminate the inside of the lanterns. Now that you are protected and that you are capable of creating the life that you want, and that the universe supports you in this, should Jack shine his light on you. Boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates that you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new ones. Okay, I had not read this card or the description of this card until just now, and that's basically exactly what I was just saying. Know that you are protected and that you are capable of creating the life that you want, and that the universe supports you in this should Jack shine his light on you. Boundaries are important to teach people how to treat us, and drawing this card indicates that you may wish to renew the ones you have or to establish new ones. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Halloween tradition is. One of mine is carving pumpkins. And because it was 80 degrees yesterday here where I am, which does not feel like fall at all. But the last few years, we've started carving our pumpkins on Halloween night. It gives us something to do while we're waiting to greet trick-or-treaters at the door. And we watch Halloween movies while we're doing it. And that way, we actually have a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. And it's not, because if we carve it before, it's usually rotten because it's too hot where I am now in the fall, which is so sad. So, let me know in the comments what your favorite Halloween tradition is. Certainly jack-o'-lantern is one of mine. Okay, so it's interesting that the jack-o'-lantern card also mentions the nature spirits, and then the other card we got was nature spirits. So the keywords are sacred and playfulness. Nature spirits are fun, silly little things who enjoy laughter and a bit of mischief. They are connected to the freedom of expression and know that life is meant to be enjoyed even among the chaos. That's exactly what I was saying about Gemini energy, of knowing that you can be playful even amongst the chaos. And I never really knew that nature spirits were connected to the freedom of expression, which is also a very Gemini kind of energy. It's so interesting. So the world of Fae has existed alongside the human world for millennia. Our Celtic ancestors saw and believed in fairies. To them, fairies played a role in a bigger world than what meets the eye. They are a reminder of the things that are priceless in this life, and that often magic is missing in everyday life. If you have pulled the nature spirits, it could be because you have overlooked details in the daily grind. There are small things in your life that are sacred, but have not been given their proper space. This could be a family member or a project in your home. It could be yourself. When was the last time you felt genuine joy, had a big belly laugh, or felt truly loved and supported? You are being asked to be mindful of the little things in your life. These things are calling for you, desperate for your attention. They are a reminder that it is the small things in life that also make the world go round. So this really encapsulates the energy of this week also, of just, even if there's work to be done, even if you have to go to work, hopefully you're still able to dress up, or you're going to have a office Halloween party, or just do little things that make your life a little bit more playful, despite what you have to be doing as an adult. Our last card here is a solar plexus chakra card. Oh, empowered oneness. Allow yourself to see the light in others, and you will illuminate your own being. For when you hold others with deep respect, you shine that same light upon yourself. Let this light radiate from deep within you, bringing energies of power, prosperity, and courage to all who cross your path. This process becomes easy and automatic once you remember that we are all one. You are being called upon to embody unity consciousness as a source of power in the world. The crystal they recommend is golden calcite, and the herb is turmeric. So I really love this card speaking to courage and confidence, but I do also feel like this could work with playfulness as well, because if you allow yourself to be playful, you encourage others to be playful as well. So in the same way, that is lighting people up, that is illuminating the world, and recognizing that, like, when you are laughing and it's just contagious and everybody in the room starts laughing, that is a way of being connected and remembering that we are all one. And to just like, there's a lot of heaviness in the world, a lot, like more than I think like a- any generation alive has ever experienced. This amount of stress that is piled on and piled on and piled on. Having to break some of that tension with laughter and playfulness, and hopefully having some Halloween fun this week, I think is going to be really important and healing for all of us. Remember remind yourself how healing playfulness is, how healing laughter is. Um, Watch a funny movie. You can watch a spooky movie too. But there's lots of good, like cheesy Halloween movies out there. Just let yourself play this week. Let yourself play. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. So have a wonderful, happy Halloween week. I'm hoping to stream at some point. I thought it would be fun to stream on Halloween. And while I hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, but I know everybody else is, like, having their own Halloween celebration, so I'm thinking I might be streaming tarot Monday or Wednesday. Wednesday seems to have been working out really well for me, my schedule lately, so Monday or Wednesday. I'm really sorry that I can't commit to a day anymore, but it is what it is. So I hope you have a wonderful Halloween week, and maybe we will see you live on Twitch. And if not, please post your Halloween celebration stuff in Discord. I love seeing everybody out there playing and having fun. So how are you going to play this week? Thank you so much. We'll see you on the other side of the looking glass. All right. I really want to wear this cardigan, but it's a million degrees and I have a fan below me, but it's just too much. So we're gonna have to take this off. Let me see if I can do it really fast. It did it.